I can feel your love within my heart. I can feel your fire in my soul. And I know that this will never change. Everything that makes me who I am can be found in you alone. And this will never end. All I am is found in you. Everything I've ever wanted. All I am is found in you. And I'll never be the same. I can feel your love within my heart. I can feel your fire in my soul. And I know that this will never change. Everything that makes me who I am can be found in you alone. And this will never end. All I am is found in you. Everything I've ever wanted. All I am is found in you. And I'll never be the same. All I am is found in you. Everything I've ever wanted. All I am is found in you. And I'll never be the same again. I can feel your love within my heart. I can feel your fire in my soul. And I know that this will never change. Everything that makes me who I am can be found in you alone, and this will never end. All I am is found in you. Everything I've ever wanted. All I am is found in you. I'll never be the same. So I'm not a great singer. I'm not a strong singer. And this one took a little bit more breath control for me. But I'm going to tell you something. I've mentioned it on my channel before, maybe, but probably 10, 11 years ago, I read a book about the great revivals, and the Lord had already put it on my heart that I was going to see it, be a part of it, this next great revival. And I read this book, and in the book, there was a person who knew God was calling them to do like a major work for him. And so they didn't really have a lot of direction. And they told the Lord, okay, Lord, I'll rent out this hall and I'll just sit there every day. You bring the people. So they rented out a hall in New York City. This is probably 150 years ago. And they just waited every day. They put out a sign, revival meeting or whatever the sign said, 12 o'clock, whatever the time was. And they just waited. They waited for God to send the people who they would preach to. And I remember reading that and saying to the Lord, I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to rent out a hall and be there ready to preach to the people every single day. You just send the people. Whatever that looks like, God, for me. Whatever it looks like. I mean, he didn't tell me to rent a hall. He didn't tell me to do, but he told me to write a musical called The Revelation of Jesus Christ. He told me to put it online. And so day by day, regardless of who listens to the music, regardless, every single day, if he inspires me to write a song, I write it, whether or not I even like it. It's the same spiritual discipline as getting the hall, sitting there waiting for God to send the people. It's doing God's work. This is what he's called me to do. So every single day I write the song, whether it's one song or two songs. I feel them when they're coming on. The Lord lets me know. Sometimes he gives me the song. Sometimes I just know there's a song in me and I've got to go sit down and write it. I feel it. I feel it. So sometimes it's one, sometimes it's two, sometimes it's three. I'm not concerned whether or not people think they're not good or if people think I'm putting them out too fast. If they can't hang, it's not my problem. If they don't want to hang, it's not my problem. I'm being obedient to my Father. I'm going into a room every single day, sitting in the middle of the room, waiting for God to send the people as a spiritual concept. So I know I'm going to write 1,000 songs. I've known for a while. I mean, this is song number 862, so I've got 138 songs to go. When I wrote my first song, second song, God told me I was going to write 21 songs. And then so forth. I got to 100. Then he said, you're going to write 200, then 300. Do you know how much it takes to write 100 songs? Then 200 songs, then 300 songs, then 400 songs, all on different topics for the most part. I mean, sometimes I'll write a song about waiting and it'll be different. I've done probably 20 songs about waiting on the Lord, all a little different. But he told me to write a musical called The Revelation of Jesus Christ. And then he told me you're going to get to 400 songs. And when you get to the 400th song, it will be like when Moses led the children of Israel out of Egypt. That is what God told me. I don't know what that means yet. I don't know what that means. But he said, it'll be like that when you get to song 400. Then he said, I'm going to go 500 songs. Then 600 songs. And he put it on my heart that 6 represented the number of man. All right. So I wrote 600 songs. And then a couple songs later, he says, you're going to write 700 songs. So I got to the 700th song. And then God went quiet. And I kept writing them because, I mean, that's just what I do at this point. God inspires a song and I write it. And I've written on like almost every topic in the Bible I've written on. They're in there. They're all over the place and they're not in order, but they're there. So I just kept writing. And then the Lord, like, I don't know, before I got to 800 songs, I knew I was going to write 1,000. That was like the biggest jump from like, let's say 750 to 1,000. That's 350 songs or 250 songs. That's like a lot. That's a lot. But I show up every day. I sit in the middle of the room and I wait for God to bring the people. I mean, I've got 138 songs to go till I hit 1,000. Till I hit 1,000. We know 1,000. 1,000's the 1,000-year reign of Christ. That's what that number represents. 1,000 years is like a day. I mean, God hasn't told me what the spiritual significance of me getting to 1,000 songs is, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I just have to show up every day. He inspires me to write a song. I write it. Every single day. It's a spiritual discipline. It's the type of obedience he wants from all of his children. For whatever it is God has called us to, we are to show up every day, be ready, and wait for him to send the people. Wait for him to send the people. All right, God bless you.